How's your life today?
I'm maintaining. Busy day for me. I work full time and go to school. So well, I had a couple classes this morning, then went straight to work. So I just got off. So my day is finally ending, but a long day for sure. So
Well, that's cool.
yeah.
My day was pretty busy too. I missed
Okay.
my nephew's birthday, which was actually in August. So I
Oh man.
called him a half day out of school and took him to lunch. We did like
Yeah.
a little bit of shopping. So that was pretty cool.
Okay. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. My cat is meowing, and of course he's doing this the moment.
I hear it now. I didn't hear it before.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta do something with it. Just give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
All right. He's a baby, so he's always like needing me to hold him and stuff.
He has something he needs to say. He's pretty big
right.
for a baby.
Yeah, he's about 8 months. He'll be a year next February. So yeah, around 8 months or so. So
okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to school for?
Right now my major is biology, so do this pre-med track and probably going to try to become a podiatrist. That's my plan B. That's
okay.
So that's what I'm doing right now. So
I like it. Plan B. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So just want to well, I guess I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm doing here. So I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. When we met, I think I told you that, but I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
I go by Lady Ray Taylor. I'm a poet. I wrote 2 poetry books. One poetry book is called My Poetry is Private. The other one is Creating Therapy, a book of compendious stories and poems. And I started getting used to performing, which was nice. And then COVID, of course, came and stopped the world. But I decided to just start creating spaces for me to meet other people and for people to get to know who I am. So I have this thing I created called A Poet Scene, and I just approach people like you and other artists and just try to get to know you guys a little bit more. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So first, let me start with this. How would you like to be addressed? What do you go by?
Well, I'll just go by my stage name, which is Champadom, Champadom. So okay. Yeah, I got to get into that mindset anyway. If I'm going to, make this a real thing, it's going to, people going to address me as that. So I got to like switch up my mind and tell myself that that's how I, pronounce everything. So
Champadom. Okay. Don't be muting the cat. It's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm like this.
It's all good. Trust me. I have my daughter, my nephew, my grandsons downstairs running around. So I'm pretty sure at some point they're going to interrupt. So it's all good.
Okay.
So just a couple questions I have here for you. And the first one I'm going to ask you is, when did you begin your music journey?
Well, I'll say I took it seriously about 4 years ago. So I started recording music around 2017. But I always had like a notebook that I was writing like lyrics or rhymes, like even when I was like 10 or 11, when I was in grade school. So I don't know if I ever thought it would become a reality or if I was going to do anything with it, but I've always been interested in rap or just making music or songs and stuff like that. So.
Okay. So you started taking it serious around 2017.
Yeah. So, and at first, I think my friends can attest to this. I wasn't that good, making music. But once I kept at it and I started to evolve and everybody started to see that and I saw it myself, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, this can actually be a thing if I, take the time and continue to work on my craft and just pursue it, so, yeah.
Well, what makes you say that you weren't good? Like, what did you notice then? What's the difference?
It's just, one, I was trying to imitate the sound of what was popular at the time. So right around this time, rappers like, they call it the SoundCloud era. So rappers like Lil Yachty, Lil Pump, and really that they have a phrase for it. God, it's a certain rap that doesn't have like a lot of substance in it, and it's, you know, people like, you know, rhyme easy words and stuff. It's real, like, no depth to it, and I forget the name of what people call it, but yeah. So that's what I was trying to emulate at the time, and it just wasn't working. It just, you know, it wasn't working for me. But like I said, once like I, you know, start to hone in on, you know, my craft and who I am, and try to practice, you know, rhyming and freestyling and all these things, then I start to make my own sound. And then after that, I found my lane, and I've just been sticking to it ever since. So yeah.
Good for you. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to find your own niche, your own voice.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That's when you feel the most comfortable. So that's cool.
Right.
Okay. And so what has been the most challenging thing getting into this art?
Well, how oversaturated it is, because, you know, we're in a town where it's trendy to be a rapper. Everybody, you know, wants to be a rapper. Everybody feels like they can rap, because of how easy it is to record a song. You know, all you need is a laptop, a mic, and some software, and you could upload a song to SoundCloud or wherever on the internet, and you could call yourself a rapper. So I dealt with that, even though, like, I don't really deal with, I don't see people as competition. I see myself as my own competition. I don't really like try to compete with anybody else, but I do understand how, you know, it's already difficult to break into the industry. But then on top of that, you have everybody, you know, trying to do the same thing. So it's like, you can almost get lost in the sauce, or get lost, you know, in the clutter of everybody trying to rap and stuff. So that's probably the biggest thing that probably still face to this day. Mm-hmm. See if there's anything else. I might just, yeah. Everything else was really like it's just me versus me. So anything that I had going on, I just try to make time to make music, or, like I said, practice on my craft, and it's been working. It's been paying off so far, I think. So yeah.
What gets you into that creative space? What gets you going?
Well, I am a creative by nature. I like to draw, paint, do stuff. So I'm always like, my mind is always in that space, you know, 24/7. But as far as like making music and stuff, it's a different, because some days, you know, like lyrics might come to me. I might like watch a movie. I might listen to some songs, get some inspiration. And it's like, boom, like I just start writing myself, and you know, I see that I have like a whole hook in a verse. I'm like, okay, wow, so I'm almost done with this. So that's cool. Sometimes I like really put myself in that space, intentionally put myself in that space to make a song, but by like just going to YouTube and like listen to different type of beats and stuff. Let me see. And yeah, it really just starts there. And sometimes I might not finish a song for like a couple months. Mm-hmm. It just depends. I'm not one of those type of artists where I can finish a verse or the whole song in like 30 minutes or so. I'm just not there yet. I would like to be, but because, you know, you can pump out more songs that way. But right now, like, yeah, I really like to put out the best version of whatever, you know, the song's going to be. So it takes some time with that. Yeah.
I feel like you want to be careful with your words. Well, not in a bad way, but
right.
Like you want to say something. You don't want to get up there and just like say anything. So
right, yeah.
I enjoyed your performance. So
I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You had some substance behind it, you know. And is that your hometown? That's where you're from? North Carolina?
I'm from Raleigh. North Carolina. So I was born and raised there, joined the military and around 2015, and I moved to Charleston, South Carolina, and I was there for 6 years, and then moved here to Charlotte. because I thought, you know, it was close to my family. I got my dad and my stepmom in Fort Mill, and it's also a thriving city, you know, especially for artists, because the baby and there's another artist named Tootsie who just became popular now. So it's a lot of eyes on Charlotte as far as musically goes. So I thought it would just be perfect, you know, for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not bad. It's a good idea. I was going to ask you about that too. I seen a picture of you. I was going to ask you about you being in the service. So when did you join the service?
I joined February 2015, and I did a whole enlistment of 6 years. So I just ended my enlistment April of this year. So yeah, it's been a whirlwind. But I'm very grateful for everything the military has brought me. It made me the man I am today. And I met some lifelong friends, put me in a position to, buy a house and do all these things financially. And of course, because of how well the military paid, I was able to do music and pursue it and get it recorded at a professional level and stuff. So I thought that was cool. And, you know.
What's some of the best places you've been?
Well, I haven't been to too many places. So I got deployed my last 6 months of my enlistment. So from 7 months. So from July to February, they deployed me to Kuwait, which is between Saudi Arabia and I can't remember the country that's southern of it, but it's right there in the Middle East and stuff. And so they had us go to Germany, and I've only seen like inside of the airport, but I thought it was cool that that we was there, because I'd never been outside of the country besides that point. So yeah, that was cool. But other than that, I mean, I've been to I've been to like Florida and stuff, but it's nothing like too serious. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, all right, I have this is a good question. What is your biggest goal as an artist? What is
my biggest goal will probably be, I just want to impact people's lives. Like I tell people all the time, that's my goal with this music thing. If I don't make another dollar off this, and I'll be completely fine, because I know that, there's somebody out there that appreciates me making music. And I really just want to impact, the masses to a certain degree. I want to induce like so many different emotions, whether that be crying or whether happiness or sadness or, anything. I just want people to really feel my music as Cole was to me, or, Bob Marley or whoever. Like, we attach ourselves to these artists because of how real they are in their music. And I'm just trying to do the same thing, ultimately. So hopefully people see that if they really really listen to my music and they hear the lyrics and stuff, they can see, the vulnerability and, how honest I am and, really like where my mindset is at. So that's really all I'm trying to do with this music thing.
You will.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Just get your stories, get your storytelling on, and
put
it out there. I don't know why I got the feel of like Earth Gang. I'm familiar. Okay. I like it. But that's kind of how I got the feel when I was sitting there and I'm listening to you, club. I don't know. I just got that that genre type. So with that being said, too, what do you consider your style to be? Because they try to categorize, break down rap in so many different categories, like conscious versus this and that. So do you put yourself in them categories, or no?
I could see myself, being a conscious rapper, but not like fully, because I like to have fun. I know what sells in music. I know people like to have a good time, and people don't always like to hear like a preachy rapper or stuff. People just want to let loose and have a good time, or like they want to, like I said, feel vulnerable, feel, you know, different emotions and stuff. And you know, being conscious, I realized early on it's not, you know, fully, you know, what I want to do and what is like going to get me, going to separate me and get the spotlight on me per se, to the masses. So yeah, I'll say like like Cole mixed with a little bit of Kodak Black, mixed with like Earth Gang and stuff. So like, you know, because I would consider Kodak to be more so like the fun, like, you know, get you lit, get you hype type.
Yeah.
And then like, but Cole is more so in depth and has the substance and stuff. So you know, combine those two together, and then you got, you know, a lot of different, you know, sounds and stuff and music you can, you know, vibe with and stuff. So
yeah, I feel you. Okay. And when as far as your songs, the songs you listen to, what has been in rotation for you lately?
Oh man, I am the type of person where I will listen to anything, from any genre. If I press shuffle on my playlist right now on my music app, it'll go from rap to R&B to country to rock to indie to jazz. Like, it's so hard to say what am I listening to like right now at this very moment, because I could go from Kurt Franklin to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know, it's just, or J. Cole, or to Luther Vandross. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever I was feeling at that moment, you know. So,
that's funny.
Yeah, I like all music. Yeah.
I had my nephew in the car listening to Luther today. I'm like, you don't know Luther? He said, Luther who? I'm like, see, you know what?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I was like, you won't listen to some Luther today, sir.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're getting to that point where, you know, the generations don't know like the staples in our culture. You know, as far as R&B and stuff, they just don't know. It's unfortunate, but you know, it's up to us to keep pushing it and put it in their face to understand this is what, you know, everybody gets their samples from. Everybody, you know, gets the inspiration from. This is what, you know, this is that category. So.
And my Uncle Kevin, he used to do that to me. I would be in the car with him and he would intentionally put on all of the songs, you know, the OJs, Earth, Wind and Fire, and things like that. So from a very young age, those songs were familiar to me. It wasn't nothing unusual. You know what I mean? I didn't get in the car and think, or get in this truck and think like, I'm gonna just listen to, we have Whammo up here, our radio station is Whammo. So I wasn't listening to Whammo in Uncle Kevin's truck. Yeah. I was listening to the OJs and, you know, Anita Baker and stuff like that. So
right, yeah.
Now it's a habit. It's like it's something that's just been passed down, and I just do that to the kids now. You know, I have to do my stuff.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
And you mentioned Charleston. I don't know if you know a young lady named Georgia Nubia. Have you met her?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay. She's a dope poet. I talked to her yesterday and we had a conversation. So I'll be posting hers soon. But she lives there in Charleston, and maybe y'all can do some type of collaboration together because she's dope.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I admire, you know, poets because it's such a different space from like, you know, you performing like a song or anything like that. You really get up there and you feel every word, you know, and it comes from such a vulnerable place and they take you there. It's like, it's a journey. Every single time every poet goes up there and they share their story or their, you know, their poem or whatever. And so like, I admire every single poet that I get to listen to and stuff because they're just as good with wordplay and depicting the story just as any, you know, artist and stuff. So it's good. I
agree. As a poet, I agree. But you missed me when you got to be so short.
I did.
I was like, so I come in there and it was a nice vibe. I enjoyed myself. I was happy to meet everybody that I met, and you know, it was nice. But they were like, "Oh, you get on the mic," and I'm like, I can. So I wrote my name down, and I'm sitting there thinking, watch they call my name first. Sure enough, they did. But everybody wasn't there yet, which is fine. I mean, I didn't mind it, but I just kind of had a feeling like I know they're about to call my name first, but then you missed that part. But was that your first time being at that space, or you frequently?
Well, being there, yes. I performed twice actually when I was deployed overseas. They had because they're not always like work, work, work. You know, sometimes they know people have, you know, let loose and have a little fun. So they had two open mics that I did over there, and those were my first times being on stage and actually performing my music. I've been on stage like in my childhood. I've been in front of people. I've entertained people before, but as far as like me being this artist, those were the first two times I performed my music, and this was the third time. So I'm usually nervous like a couple hours before, but once I get up there, it goes away because I feel comfortable, you know, in that space and stuff. And I know once I start going, you know, I'm in the zone and stuff, so I don't really think about too much, except, you know, the song, of course, and make sure that people have a good time at the end of the day. So yeah.
Yeah. How did it feel like that very first time that you was up there performing?
It was well, I got a good reception out of it. I'm always hard on myself. I was hard on myself the other night because there were things that I was supposed to do that I rehearsed that I didn't do, and I was just getting upset about that. But I tried not to let it show. But the first time, it was kind of weird because the people that was in the audience would not be my demographic per se, and so. And I do curse in my music. Some people are not really comfortable that are older with a lot of cursing in music. So it was just weird trying to navigate those waters, you know, put on a good performance, but not like really offend anybody. So I was like battling that the whole time while I was performing. And it was just, you know, it put me in a space. But ultimately I would say I did okay because everybody enjoyed it. But yeah, I just thought that was just kind of weird. So I was happy that with this performance this past weekend that, you know, I was able to fully like you know, let myself perform the song and not have to worry about those extra like, you know, factors and stuff. So yeah.
So if you had to perform in front of that same exact audience again tomorrow, would you be more comfortable, or would you think you would feel the same as you did the first time?
At this point, I'm like, I'll just be more comfortable. I'll be like, you know what, y'all just gonna have to deal with it, like it or not like it. I gotta perform this, like, cause it's gonna help me at the end of the day, like, you know, cause every time I get on stage, it's a form of practice. You know, it's sharpening my performance skills and stuff like that. So I can't think about all these things and still, you know, fully give it my all, of course. So I have to just leave it out, you know, on the stage, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, then they don't. You know, I just have to deal with that. So, but yeah, I have to, you know, fully just do the performance how it's intended, and, you know, and just go from there. So
that reminds me of like what you hear comedians say about, you know, they go to improvs and they do shows here and there to get them ready to create their special. You know, it's like their practice, and then it's like you have to take what they're giving you. You know what I mean? And
right, yeah.
Now they're like giving a lot of comedians a hard time, and they have to be careful,
right,
saying and all of that stuff. But a lot of them are still like, "Listen, this is what it is. This is this
right,
is
yeah.
If you don't like it, you know, I mean, I've been to improv shows here where people who got offended, they just leave. You know what I mean? They just get up. That's just what it is. If you don't, but you have to sharpen your skills. You know, you're expressing your thoughts, you're expressing yourself, and that's, like you said, that's your practice, and that's just what you got to do. So,
right,
I always feel comfortable with that. You know, I could give that advice. I'm be nervous as heck. Sounds good, but I
Right.
do it myself.
Yeah, I understand. It's hard because I remember the first time. No, it was the second time I did it overseas. I just was performing a song, and this guy came up to me. He was like, "Hey, man, I really appreciate you doing that because he said he was an artist himself, and he said I can't see myself doing that yet." So like people like really appreciate you. You can tell people appreciate you going up there and showing a certain amount of confidence and you performing a song, and because it takes a lot to do that, because public speaking is already like a space that people don't like to be in, but then you add art into it, and it's just like people just have like this appreciation for it. So I appreciate all those people who feel that way, or who even let me know about those things. So yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah. So you want to give us some freestyle or something?
Yeah, let me I guess
I would beatbox for you, but I'm no good at it. So
yeah, let me see. All right, hold on. All right. I tell my mama and my daughter, mom, I'm feeling real Nirvana with my team on my spirit, living different. You won't catch us in no traffic. Beamer got blood stains. I ain't spill no blood. I do this all for my fucking name. Dogs out the pen, never on a leash. Shake. Blow money like Big Meech. I bob and weave more like Ali. A stomach of a lion, muscle like King Kong. Gotta move with a purpose. So correct me if I'm wrong. Sauce up like LaMelo. Oh, no. I can't speak, pussy nigga. I don't even say hello. The netto too long, where your telescope. I see your frustration conversing with Satan, and money never spoke. Let's not get explicit. Getting visits from serpents. My bullets stay with a purpose. I get sadistic with my aura, feel a disturbance. I'm the hardest regardless. My knowledge rain from the garden, fighting with my mind every day. So day to day, I pray.
Nice.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
One of these days, I'm gonna turn my poem into a rap.
Hey, look, you could do it. It's possible. I think what's his name? Amari Hardwick, the actor. Mm-hmm. He actually put out an album where he was doing poetry over beats and stuff. I haven't listened to it, but I heard him talk about it. Yeah. So I just thought it was just an interesting concept. So it's definitely a thing. It's definitely possible. So
sounds good. I don't typically write over beats. I really like to just write raw.
Right.
And whenever I've done some intros for people's albums, and I'm like, just give me the topic. Don't send me the music first, because if you send me the music, it's going to be harder for me to write to it. Send me the topic,
I can see
write to it, then I'll meet them at whatever studio, and then we can record, and they can fix it however they like on it, to the beat. But to send me the instrumentals, I'll be like, I just be stuck. I don't know why.
Right.
I don't know what it is. So
yeah. It can be a little much. I can see it though. I can definitely see it. Because I've definitely like written verses and stuff without anything, and just going off my mind, and just the silence around me and stuff. So I could definitely see that for sure.
Yeah. Well, I truly appreciate your time.
I appreciate you for this. Like, this is my first, I guess, interview as Champadom. So I appreciate it. You taking the time and reaching out and setting this up, So yeah, I had a good conversation. So it was good.
Thank you. I did too as well. And we'll keep in touch. I'm gonna probably reach out to you, send you some names, and if you can, send me some as well. If you know anyone else who would like to get online and discuss their music or any type of art, any type of artist, I'm down for it.
Absolutely. I got you. So yeah, we'll keep in touch, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Love. Peace.
All right. See you later. Bye.
Yeah.